Hello, welcome to Lady D to my YouTube channel. This is my weekly video. It will be a quick video. I am in Canberra, so on the weekend, if you are in Sydney or near Canberra, come down to the Boho Lux Fest Market and Psychic Festival. It is running for both days, on Saturday and Sunday. So I actually am filming this in my hotel room that I'm at. So this will be a quick video on what's coming up a week ahead. So what's coming up a week ahead? We do have Mercury. So like today on Friday that I'm filming this, it is actually just over halfway in Gemini, and it's going to be speeding through. And on the 27th, it will be coming into Cancer. So with this, we could be thinking more about family, or even like holding in our emotions, our feelings, and our thoughts because Cancer has that hard shell, and so do keep things in. Also, could be a factor of wanting to not so much please people, but sort of act. You want to act. You want to cause conflict. You want to act in a way that people want. They Cancerians act the way that they think people want them to act, but it also can be a sense of healing that's coming into this as well. Today, we do have an aspect with the moon that's in Leo with Mars and Venus with Uranus. So, it could be unexpected emotions even coming up today, unexpected expectations too, what you expect, unrealistic things that you expect can be coming up today as well. Um, but also with this Mercury in Cancer, there's also could be looking at there could be coming in coming in this week conflict with family or groups that you have around you too. We've also got an aspect with Mars and Uranus this week. This might be keeping you feeling a bit frazzled. You probably need to pay attention to detail, and it could be very hard because you might be this energy that's going to be in Leo mixed with this energy that's Uranus in Taurus. You might have a lot on, feeling a bit frazzled, and you don't read things to full read things, or you don't get all the details, and you can get a bit lost in that space. So I do feel like it's important to pay attention to detail this week. We've also um, got, it's also with this Mercury, it's coming to Cancer, could also be about having more patience and taking your time and care on projects too that need that more detailing and more just taking the time out to do that. We've also got an aspect with Mercury and Neptune as well. So we've got these aspects coming up this week. You might be feeling a sense of being overwhelmed this week too with all these aspects coming up. This also may like you can see that you can't see through the fog or see through the delusion with this aspect. This also could be thinking about like spiritual, having second thoughts on sort of spiritual or religious beliefs too that's coming into this with this aspect. I feel like with this week, the positive parts is going to be try and stay on top of your game. So people who are very like knowing what they're going to do or knowing where they go heading and have that very clear knowledge of where they are is to stay or keep doing what you're doing and stay on that track and focus on the positive and focus on all the things that you have in your life rather than the negative is really going to get you through this week. Um, I just feel like you might end up feeling lost in the world or like lost in our reality that's coming up. Pay attention on what's going on around you. I've got here you could face some challenges and hit a wall. So you might even hit a speed hump or hit a wall that might be coming up this week. And it is a time, even though we've got this Mercury that is going to go in Cancer on the 27th, I do feel like this week is about expressing yourself and what you want to. The emotions could be running high this week in terms of family situations or groups too. People have high expectations. You might not be able to get to those high expectations, so it's more about taking your time. This week it's also about using your voice and your words carefully. So you might be, because your mind might be running a lot, especially with that before we get to that Mercury in Cancer. So it's going to be your thoughts, and even myself been thinking my thoughts getting very fast and can also lead to a bit frazzled. And even you getting lost in your thoughts will be coming up this week, and just getting lost in people going rabbit holes and getting lost in things. But this week's about staying on track, and it also when you stay on track, it can also be a time to shine when we do that as well. So coming up this week too. So we've also got that's my friend that I'm staying with, and she's helping me with this weekend too. So we've got the cards. I'm just going to use these cards here. This cards is what I travel with everywhere. Quick cards on what's coming up this week. I don't have a lot of room here in front of me. I only have a little desk here. that we've got here in the room. Um, okay, let's have a look what's coming up this week. Let's have a look here. I just feel like for those people who know what they're doing, it's going to be then to shine. Okay. And I did see there'll be some shocking. I did get for last week. There's going to be something shocking that come out, and then that had that story that's come about um, the Titanic as well, being impulsive, um, impulsive creative. Well, that was still being impulsive, being on that boat, and it's just sad that those people now they didn't survive. But when I did hear that, I didn't get a good feeling about that. Um, so I did feel like, yeah, I did feel like there was going to be some shocking news or stuff coming up about I just said about last week's. All right, let's have a look for this week. What's coming up for this week? Okay, this week I feel like people are not going to be shocked by certain things that are coming up this week. I do feel like though there's going to be coming up where governments are going to try and trick people, and I feel like that's going to be at the money systems. I don't know if that's this week or if that's just a download I'm getting for. I know there'll be something coming up to do with financial, with money, with that Jupiter that we do have in Taurus. So I know something for money is going to come up, and they're going to spin it like a good way. If we just had your Jupiter in Taurus, I'd probably say it probably is going to be good, because Jupiter is luck. But we just don't know with our governments the way they are, with the corruption and stuff going on, and especially with that Pluto that's in back into Capricorn and coming back down into Aquarius next year. Um, okay. This week we could be facing some sort of ending this week, and I feel like there's going to be some lot of drama that's going to come, like over a lot of drama, and it could be a thing of egos because we do have by next week, um, Venus and Mars are getting really close together. They won't conjunct, but they are going to get really close together. So, with this. I feel like it's going to be a thing of egos, people even being competitive, like female males being competitive because Venus, we're dealing with the feminine, male is the masculine, and I feel like there could be a lot of competitiveness that is coming up because someone needs to be the boss or be the leader, and it's about leaders showing up to be leaders. And I feel like we've been waiting also this week. It's like you're waiting for things to grow, like you're waiting, or there could be like, you've harvested, things been going good, and at the moment things may be drying up a little bit, and it could be a time to take a pause on things. But we are looking, as I said, something about endings coming up here and new contracts, or looking at paperwork. Some new contracts could be thinking, since that Mercury is going into Cancer, you might be thinking of selling your house or doing something with the house. Um, we also it is also like this week time for fun, but it's also like fun games, relationships, having time out with people, having those passions come alive too. But I also want to say be careful of delusion this week. I do feel like there's going to be some form of delusion that's also going to be coming in here too. And it's like we've got a dream. This card to me is about we have this dream, but we're also ready to go. And the dream that we have may not, once we get there, it may not be as good as what we think it is with the dream that we have. But it's like we're ready to sort of leave and to move on because I feel like some sort of ending is taking place this week, whether it be around the world, in your own life, some sort of ending keeps on sending out to me that card. Um, and I feel like it's not a week to be too bossy as well. Too, and people might be trying to pull the wool over your eyes too this week. I know even for myself today, I've had um, people sort of try and pull wool over my eyes with certain things. Um, but it also could be like what if it could be you watching someone else or you're being watched this week. So it's like being careful about someone being watched too. But we don't want to hear like I feel like we don't want to hear negative. It could be an aspect of going on dates, but I have a feeling the dates that you go on might be a little bit bored or boring. But it could be dates. I also feel like it could be a chance for trying new things, as well this week. Trying new things, could be a good thing, or if something stands out you. Like to be more social, I do feel like it could be a good time to do that as well. We have got that energy in Leo, and that Leo is about being social and being creative, as being getting out there. It's been spontaneous, but we are on a mission this week. We're on a mission to go to where we need to go to. We are trying our best and we're not going to give up. And I feel like this is about money, it's about the system, it's about where we are. I feel like it's also about connecting with the right people too at the right time as well. And it could be an aspect of trying to juggle everything, but we don't want to overextend ourselves too. But we're trying to fit everything in. but everything will try. I think we're going to try and fit everything in as neatly as we can. Okay. Okay, there's probably more stuff on war that's going to come up too this week as well. Um, as well as more thinking about could be a volcano also erupting this week too. I'm just now seeing a volcano too, that's also coming up, and people crying out for like poor me. And this also might be the square that I'm seeing with the Uranus and Mercury. People coming out poor me and being a victim mode. But you need to stay true to yourself and true. And true. I was watching that Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary and how he was saying about people that cry poor me, and the way how he said it's for how I feel is that we have bad things happen to us, but we always have to move on. We can't dwell on that. We have to keep going because otherwise we will just sit back and dwell on that as well. I will just get a channel for you for this week coming up ahead. This week will be a lot of challenges for everybody. For your own beliefs and what you've first believed in, it will now change. There are a lot of thoughts and things coming out, for there are conspiracy theories, but always an element of truth. For you will all see an act of will and an act of God for what you see as God. For us, we do not see God and we do not believe in that as one God. For there are many of us around you, and spirit is high and above us all. You all wanted to believe the truth and you want the truth to come out. There will be shocking things that come out, but people still won't want to believe the truth when it is there written in clear as day. For you all know what you want to believe, and that is your own truth, and what your own feelings are, and your own thoughts. Do not get confused by people's misjudgments. Just stick to your own beliefs and what you know is true to yourself. That is all that you can do for this week. We hope that you all have a wonderful week ahead, and we wish that you all take the path of enlightenment and look carefully at things. Don't just take things for granted. That will be how you get through this week. Okay. I will do. I'm running out of room here. I will just do three cards quickly for you, and then I will got to go because I've got to go and set up for tomorrow and for Sunday, and I've got to edit this video, which I'll do tonight. Okay, let's have a look here. Three cards for you for this week ahead. I'm also thinking of trying to organize and doing maybe lives. I can do lives on my other platforms. I'll try and work it out, and going back to lives, maybe try and fit it in my schedule. Plus, I've also got to do the horoscopes for this week too. I'm just going to pull out three cards because I'm just running out of room here. Okay, so with this card here, card number one, I do feel like this one is miscommunication coming up here. What you're trying to say, this person's not listening to you, and it's going to be vice versa. You really need to like think about how, as I said, think about what you're going to say. Maybe even practice it. There's going to be an aspect of like a third person involved, maybe an independent person here who's very like settled on where they are at. But it's like you're trying to be understood, and I just feel like it might just be falling on dead ears. It might not go through this week. I feel like also there is an aspect of healing for you this week. There's a lot of like spiritual healing and white energy in this card, and I do feel like that's more of you also could be a rising up. There is love in the card. I can see like a heart. There is an aspect of love in the card too. And I feel like love will sort of help you to get through these whatever these complicated issues that are coming up here will help you to get through it as well. But also a card, I feel like with this card, don't be shy. Okay. Now, let's look at card number two. This card is always about unity. I see this card as coming together. I do see it as we're all standing as one and united. There is someone that needs to be in the leader because they are in the center of the circle. I do feel like people are following this person. It could be though they're following blindly. Um, but I do feel like this card is quite a positive card, but you might not be seeing everything. So I want to say you don't have all the facts. You might not be seeing everything. There's also a card. I feel like you need to be very like intelligent. You're very smart. You're very wise. You don't want to be fooled, and you want to. It's like you're going through things. I see you like researching and going through stuff as well with this card as well. Card number three here. Here we have here. This card is about love. It's love blossoming around you. I feel like maybe you think things are drying up, but it's actually coming back now. I feel like there's also could be an aspect of emotions running high, but you also there's a lot of fun times in this card, a lot of love, a lot of things about relationships. Also, I feel like you're putting out there what you're wanting in a partner, or if you're single. But I also feel like it could be a time of meeting someone new, but enjoying each other's company and love being around you. And it's being quite big, being big, bold. The could be getting flowers. I feel like this is a quite positive card that you have here that's going on. And it's like you don't want to miss out on anything too in this one. And it's like you're feeling lighter, lighter on air. We're walking on cloud nine. I just feel like this is a very positive card. Okay. So I will be trying to do horoscope. I will try and do horoscopes. I was going to try and do some tonight, maybe. See if I can fit it on a small table somehow. Or I will try and cram it in for next week, just depending on time frames and what I have. Because as I am away, going back Sunday night, and it's a 3 hour drive that I go back to where I live from where I am now. So, and I said I am thinking of doing going back to the live, so I just got to sort it out and just see what's going to happen, and try and fit it in, which, which is really stretching my time. But anyways, I just thinking about things and getting things done. So I think that's it, and I I hope you all have a good week. And as I said, if you on the weekend, if you can come down, it'd be great to see you. And I think that's it. So thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments, and I'll see you for my next video. So bye for now.